Hello, everyone. People are
Well,
joining. Very good. Welcome, everyone. While we wait till everyone joins, post in the chat where you're joining from. I would love to see.
it's been a while, Peter. I don't think we've had one of these in a little bit. I think
It's been a busy season.
it's been a
It's
busy
been a
season.
busy season,
That's right.
if you
That's
want to
right.
call it that way.
It's busy. It's
Uh,
been busy for you guys, busy for us, but I'm glad we're back on here.
I see a lot of familiar names again in the chat.
We'll see even more of them because we're doing we're going to be at lots of shows on our event page, but then on top of that, we're also doing a road show. So we're going to be in a bunch of cities. Peter, do you want to just give a couple intros to what that is and where we're going?
Of course. So it's going to be a one-day event. There will be workshops, panel discussions, and we're going to start doing it on the mid of June. I don't know the exact date. I apologize. But it's going to be in Miami. We're going to do another one in San Diego, another one in Canada, another one in Houston. Natalia, where else? Help me.
Chicago. That's the last.
Chicago. Oh, I love Chicago. Chicago is my city. I spent my birthday last year there, and I had such an amazing time. I'm looking forward to go back.
I just saw somebody's in from the Philippines, so my hats off to you for joining us at middle of the night for you guys. Very happy to see that we got people from all over. And just while we're here, we have a lot of our clients are businesses, and they're businesses of all sizes. And I just want to give a shout out. Many of you guys know Peter, but I just want to give a shout out, and I hope you guys have people you work with like Peter that wear a lot of hats that are, represent your brand, represent your company. So Peter, thank you. I enjoy working with you. So
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
I enjoy working with you too, Ilya. Thank you so much.
I hope everybody's got people that they work with like that. Obviously the whole team, but Peter as well. Yeah.
I saw through the you are in Portland. I'm going to Portland for the summer. And whoever is in Portland, what about we go for a brunch or something together? And we're gonna have some good food and drinks. So whoever's in Portland, I'll be there. Send me an email or LinkedIn or wherever, and we can meet up in Portland.
Set it. We'll set it up through the community. So Natalia, my request here is I think I saw a couple of people here. We got Eric, Laura, and a couple others that we saw. We can do a little local meetup. Amazing, beautiful. So Karina, we hope to see you there. But all right, I think Peter, you're talking about Oregon, I believe, just to confirm.
Yeah, Portland, Oregon. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Awesome. All right. Well, listen, we got a lot of people on here. I think we should get started because we got a lot to cover. And what do you think? Ready to go?
Let's do it.
All right. So my name is Ilya. I'm one of the co-founder and chief product officer of TaxDome, and on with me is Peter.
Hey everyone, Peter here, chief revenue officer. Excited to do this with you together. And I'm saying together because please feel free to write as much as possible in the chat. We want this to be interactive, so we will be going through features, but feel free just to mention anything what is in your mind. And the team and Ilya and I are here to to address every single point from you. Okay.
Awesome. So just a quick recap of what we're not recap, but what we're going to cover today. We're going to talk a little bit about the busy season. Obviously, everybody works all year round, but Q1 is in the tax world is obviously huge. So we're going to talk a little bit about what happened during Q1. We're going to talk, give some usage data and user stories of how people are using some of the features, so you can kind of compare your own firm to others. Next, we're going to cover a lot of the feature releases that we've done that you may have missed, that people were using very actively in Q1. And then we're also going to talk about what's coming soon, so a near-term roadmap. And finally, we're going to cover the TaxDome Client Care. So many people are not aware of it. We're going to cover what that means and how to use it. So let's go. First thing we want to cover before we get into features and releases. I think this is important issue that we want to cover as to what happened. Now, we've sent an email regarding this. So if you haven't received it, please double check. But we sent an email exactly what happened with a full, very long outline of exactly what happened. But in short, our security team identified suspicious login activity. Now, what that is it's called credential stuffing. So no one's trying to break into our system, but they're just trying to use compromised username and passwords that are accessible on the internet across different systems. Our security team proactively saw this and we took action. Now, again, they were trying to log in with just real username and passwords. So it would be no different if you logging in, but except somebody's trying to do this with passwords that may be accessible on the internet. So what did we do? We took the proactive, very uncomfortable action of logging out every user on April 14th, which is obviously extremely unpleasant. The timing, we believe that they were doing this intentionally to try to hide amongst the obviously very heavy usage data. So because we did this, all of you and your clients were all logged out of the system. So we understand this is uncomfortable, but we did this specifically to release a specific fix, which would cross-check whether or not any of your data any of your passwords are accessible on the internet. Right. So nobody was trying to break into TaxDome. They were trying to just log into your account. And if your account was, welcome 1 or hello 123, that's all they're trusting to do. So what we did is we cross-check now every single login. As soon as somebody logs in, we cross-check against if it's on this list. And there are billions of usernames and passwords on this list. So we've got over 4 million people using our system. So if you can imagine how many, if you just assume 10% of passwords are leaked on the internet, just think of the numbers of how many people this impacted. So we understand that this had a tremendous impact on you, on your clients. We recognize that, but we decided to take a proactive action in order to stop anything from happening.
Also, you may ask yourself, why exactly on that date? Well, this is not coincidence. They assumed that we will have a big traffic or high traffic on these days, and they thought they can sneak in and get into our system. But we have a big security team. As you know, we are 400 people big at TaxDome, and we have a specific security team, which is their job is every day just to check and make sure everything's secure and safe. And they made themselves aware through an audit, and that's how we found this out.
So security is what's called it's what's called shared responsibility. So we provide the infrastructure and the platform in order to make sure that everything is secure, but the shared responsibility is on your end and on your client's end to have, to not make your passwords available to the internet and to use authentication methods that we provide, such as two-factor authentication, which we strongly recommend everybody turns on. And we're going to be actually requiring 2FA very shortly from all users. And we'll talk a little bit more about that separately, but we actually overstepped here in the sense that we took action on your behalf. So that's why we stopped the system and we prevented your passwords of logging in. So here's what actually would happen is you would try to log in, and if your password was not on one of those lists, you logged back in fine. So 90% of people were logged in perfectly fine, had no issues. But for the 10% of people, or I'm making this number up, but some percentage of people that was, not trivial, that had a password that was on one of these sites, you and your clients could have gotten into an unfortunate password reset loop where your password, you would reset it, and then you would reset it from hello 123 to hello 1234, which would also be on that list. So we have now updated the user interface to make clear exactly what's happening on that password reset cycle. But we just wanted to cover this on the call and explain exactly what happened. Again, we communicated this while this was happening. We posted in our community, and we sent a post-mortem email of exactly what happened. And at the same time, we were learning. So we got a lot of feedback about what we could do better, because we understand, obviously, tax day is busy. It's the busiest day of the year. You need to get things done, and you were not able to log in for a certain period of time, or your clients weren't able to. And we understand that this is very unfortunate. And no matter, even if we did everything perfect, it would still be extremely uncomfortable for you. But here's what we could do. What we're doing kind of from here as well is people aren't aware, but we have a status page. And on that status page, you can subscribe to the updates. So the update, as soon as we make any updates there of anything, you will be automatically informed via email. So you don't have to even go to our website to figure out, but everything's going to be extremely, just sign up to the status updates through there. And then whenever we have anything that we need to convey, we're putting in banners at the login portal for additional visibility. So keep giving us your feedback. Let us know what we can do better. But we try to communicate as best as possible. But also when something like this is happening, it's in the moment we have to be conscious of making sure that we can resolve it as quickly as possible. But we want to balance the communication with that.
And as a last reminder, if you jump to the next slide, Ilya.
Yes.
We really recommend you to have a secure and difficult password setup. So please, guys, don't come with hello 123, welcome one, and these kind of things. And also recommend this please to your clients. So Natalia is going to post in the chat a link of our help article, which you can also share to your clients how to set up a complicated, strong example of a password.
And just one part here that's important is the big issue that people encounter is using a password across multiple systems. So what they were trying to do is, let's say one of the company, let's say some password gets out there, and all they try to do is use that same password across other systems on the internet. So as long as you use it, as long as you and your clients have a unique password, your safety goes up tremendously. Because even if some system that you're using were to get compromised there, they're not going to be able to log into other systems that you're using. So that's what we kind of strongly recommend to do. And then we got great feedback saying, hey, I need something for my clients. So that's why we created this article, which is very in-depth, which explains in detail of the password requirements, why you might not work and so forth. And check out this password, check out this website yourself, just for your own, not even for your TaxDome password, for any password that you have, you can see if it's on any of those lists as well. And so I think we can kind of move on, but we wanted to make sure that we started with this and covered this because I think this is a clear, big issue right around tax day. So we wanted to make sure that we covered it right then and there. Now on to the good parts. So in Q1, some big numbers here kind of that we wanted to highlight. So more than 2 million documents were automatically renamed and organized by TaxDome AI. 2 million documents. So 2 million documents from your clients uploaded, were automatically renamed and tagged and organized in your system. So this is a huge, big number. We're super proud of this, and we'll talk a little bit more about there. Next, more than $500 million worth of invoices were paid were collected by TaxDome firms in Q1. So, really proud of you guys having that kind of growth and that amount of, payments through TaxDome. So kind of big number there. And then finally on the client mobile and the customer experience, our mobile app, or rather your mobile app, your client mobile app peaked at number 72 on the iOS App Store. So this is huge. I mean, if you look at the finance apps on the iOS App Store, it's, Chase Bank, it's, all the, Bank of America, TD Bank, all these big Coinbase, all these big financial companies, and TaxDome Client Portal. So huge impact there. And then we were over 20,000 5-star reviews. Again, these are your clients leaving how they experience.
Yeah, those are right. I just want to mention those are organic reviews where your clients just feel like they have such a good experience, and then they go into the app stores and leave a review. And if you ever have time, I recommend you go to those reviews, and you will see maybe your own client posting about your firm because they mentioned, for example, master CPAs. What a great experience that. Because they just love using it and they feel organically to leave a review.
Awesome. So big impact there. And then we also wanted to give a spotlight as to TaxDome Client Care. So we just put a poll out here, and kind of one thing to comment is on, we obviously provide you with support, right? So you and your team have support through our team. Now, at the same time, we understand that no matter, even if your system is perfect, right? And we're not perfect, we're trying to get there, but we are not perfect. We'll always try to make improvements. But even if it is as good as it could possibly be, you're probably still going to get questions from your clients of, how do I do a signature? Or how do I, where do I get this? Or where do I do that? Just because that's human nature. So we've rolled out TaxDome Client Care. And what this is direct client support for your clients. So what that means is your clients will be able to chat directly with our team inside of your portal. So they can get help directly from our human, support team. Our support team is almost 40 people there, and it will remove you from the questions of, how do I upload a document, or where can I access this and there. Now, we won't tell them, the status of your tax return and things like that. We automatically then tell them to, contact the preparer, but anything related to using the system, we handle that for you. And this is part of TaxDome Client Care.
So think about when you go into your chats and how many of those chats from your clients are around TaxDome. And then, how much time you spent on it and how much time you could spend to generate revenue or grow your business or provide actually real service to your clients. And I see already the question of where this is included. It is included in the business plan at TaxDome. The business plan, client care is included.
Yeah, so it's included there. We want to spice it because a lot of people don't know about it. So it's available. We've had it, we did kind of a pilot of it in the fourth quarter, but this is available now to all firms in the business plan that are there. So reach out to your account manager if you're interested in this. They'll help you kind of make sure that you're getting this set up there. But again, this is our support team is, it's almost 40 people big. This is why we have such a big support team, is to be able to provide you and your clients with fast support, fast and accurate support there. All right, so now let's talk about the actual, things that we released. Now, a lot of, we recognize that in Q1, we don't release a lot of features, and that's important. We do that based off of your feedback you've given us, that you're busy, you don't have time to change things, you just want it to work. But a lot of the features here that we're going to talk about, we actually released either in end of Q4 that people were using, but we believe a lot of people might not know about. So that's kind of why we wanted to highlight them here. So let's talk first about our collaboration features. So first one is for people with teams, we've added the ability to add roles to accounts. So on every account, you can indicate, you create your own custom roles for your team. But for example, you can indicate who's a bookkeeper, who's a preparer, who's an admin. And then with that, you can bulk assign your team. So you can go through your team, select all your accounts and say, for these accounts, Mary is going to be the preparer. For these accounts, Bob is going to be the admin and Paul is going to be the manager. And then on top of that, the main reason to do this is automations. So instead of having automation for every individual person, you can have an automation go directly for, assign this task as my job moves through the workflow to the bookkeeper, assign this to the tax preparer. So this greatly reduces the amount of templates that you guys need to keep updated. And this was a big request from a lot of firms. So this is available. You have roles that you can create. You can apply them across easily to your accounts, and then you can set up the automations to not be to an individual, but to be to the role of the account. Internal comments. So sticking with the collaboration theme, a big chats are a huge part of our system, obviously, right? So within chats, we noticed that a lot of times people need to kind of bring in their teammates, right? And with that, we have added the ability to add internal messages. So instead of your client seeing that you're bringing someone in or asking them an additional question, you can send an internal message flagging, tagging your team member to go there, and they'll be able to see that. So in the first quarter, more than 110,000 messages were sent across different people, across different teams. So it is being very actively used, but we wanted to highlight it. Internal messages are life. I love that. So we understand that this is, this is a big kind of thing for chats, and we're going to continue updating the collaboration features.
Because we just saw over the last months that the chats and in general this section of TaxDome is one of the core sections where our customers live, and we understand that this is where you communicate, this is where ideas ignite, this is where you maybe assign someone to something, and that's why we really want you guys to feel comfortable and to have also the toolkit to collaborate from one place out there.
So people are asking how to do it. In any chat, there's a little toggle, internal message. When you flag that on, you see at the bottom of this screen, in any chat, that message will not be seen to your clients. It'll only be visible to your team that's on there. Okay, so next, let's talk. Love that people love it. So next, in beta currently, sticking to the collaboration theme, is Slack-like or Teams-like internal Slack or Teams inside of TaxDome. Okay, so those chats that we were talking about are within the context of a client, but every team communicates, and you guys are all using Slack or using Teams to be able to do that, or Hangouts or whatnot. But for the most part, Teams and Slack. And now we're having chats within TaxDome. You can create threads. You can create direct messages to your team. You can have public channels. You can have private channels between different people. We've gotten a lot of great feedback from the people in the beta group where notifications were a huge part. So we're currently working on notifications with both browser notifications and system notifications. So you're also going to have sounds. I think that might even be released now, where you have an actual ping when you're messaged, but a lot of people have requested for. So thank you to the feedback there. But we think this is going to be, a huge thing for every team that's out there. So this is in beta now. It's going to be in the Q2. It's going to be slowly rolled out to everybody. So you'll see this within your platform. Within the second quarter. And then once we roll it out, we're also going to add more and more work context. So you'll be able to have TaxDome specific things automatically either sent there or be able to link automatic things within your workspace. So this is going to be a huge update. So super excited, and thank you for people in the beta community. They're giving really great feedback as we build this out. So this is in beta right now.
So that's the wrap up around communications. And now you're going to see a poll about AI. Tell us, how do you use AI in your firm? And for the next 5 to 10 minutes, we will address now how we are using AI at TaxDome and what outcome and results it brings with it.
So there's some. First off, this is awesome about the beta. So if you want to be involved in the beta, I believe in our community, you can go and we have a pinned post of how to get added to the community. So how to get added there. So if you're not there, go to our community, click. It's right accessible from your portal. You can get added on there. Also within the community, we have our active research initiatives. So you can see what our team is currently working on, what we're currently researching, and you can join those research. So if you're interested in a specific feature, like a lot of people right now are doing research on packages for proposals and engagement letters. If you're interested in something specific, you can see what's out there. And if you're a good fit, our team would love to talk to you there, because our goal is that by the time it gets to you, it's really good, and that it's gone through many different kinds of users, many different people that are using it to make sure that we cover all use cases. So by the time we release it, you guys have a great experience.
In general, the community is a great resource for everyone. We have no more than 3,000 professionals there. We're doing a lot of things there. We are releasing also Ask Me Anything sessions where different people from TaxDome will be there. You can ask them around the product, around the services, around new features when you want to have them. So we really recommend everyone to join the community. It's a big goal what we want to achieve, that this becomes the go-to place for every accountant in the world.
Awesome. All right, so we just mentioning kind of a little more details on TaxDome AI. You guys just answered a poll, but AI is obviously top of mind. We're adding a lot of AI features, and we mentioned this in our annual report last year, and our annual report this year is coming out soon. But in terms of our vision of AI, we obviously believe it's a huge part of it's a huge part of work. It's going to keep evolving. This was kind of the first major foray into it, and like I said, it had a huge impact. More than 2 million documents were organized, and like I said, it's not perfect, but we had a 90% thumbs up rating on people using it. So obviously, we want to get that number as close to 100 as possible, but we're continuing to iterate and improve upon that. And one thing to note is, because with TaxDome AI, we also released document tags. Now, document tags are not, people are using them beyond just the forms of names, but they're also using it for internal workflow. So they're marking, documents as reviewed, and document that needs clarification, and document that has been input into tax software or whatnot. So there's more use cases that people are using for this.
And remember what I mentioned about the client care feature, where we take over the support with your clients. Well, TaxDome AI is another feature where we want to remove manual time from your plate. So those are all features around where we want you guys to have more time to focus on your business, deliver a real relationship, or to build a real relationship with your clients, and if needed, also grow the business, obviously.
So there's a couple, just addressing some comments in here, and we'll address a lot more of these in the follow-up email, but people are asking about converting documents. We're actually in process of rolling that out for the mobile app now. So we're going to roll out for the mobile app, and we're going to roll that out across other platforms, the web app as well. But it's going to be, we're going to have that as well. The one thing actually we're debating is whether or not to allow people to turn it off, because some people might not want that. So that's actually something that we're currently working on, but otherwise we are rolling that out kind of as we speak.
Let's save this for later. We can speed up, and then we have more time for the QA.
Okay, great. I agree there. One more thing to spotlight is custom job statuses. So this came out in the fourth quarter last year, and we understand that a lot of people, might not have had time to either update their workflows, but many people did. So more than 50,000 jobs have had custom statuses. So this is really good. So let's talk a little bit about what this is and how this works. So your job goes through your pipeline, which are the stages that it takes to get from beginning to done. Now, when a job is in the pipeline, it's active. And when you take it out of the pipeline, you can archive it. Now, I'll love to see that. And then but clearly there are some times when a job has to go through, needs something custom. So for example, missing information or missing K1. So by adding custom statuses, you can now have a job stay in the same stage, right? So you don't have to have a stage of, missing information and moving jobs left and right, all those things. Let's say you're just doing tax preparation, which is the simplest case, and you're missing a K1, you can flag it as missing K1, and it's going to be visually different than all your other jobs, which are there. And at the same time, and here's where it kind of gets even, the real magic of it, is you can have specific automations that get triggered when you flag that status. So let's use K1 as an example. When you select missing K1, you can add a client request that's going to be automatically to send a request to the client to upload their K1. As soon as they complete that request, the job automatically becomes active again. So you never had to move a job to another stage. You never had to create another request manually, because how often do you guys, have a missing K1? They always come in, much later than you get the client documents. So many jobs are waiting for that. So this is, one of the top statuses along with missing information. So a lot of firms are using this. If you need any additional information, go to our help. It walks you through.
They want to have different colors.
We know. So we will be adding different colors to there as well, but they are visually different right now. But we will be adding more colors than the orange one that's there. So we'll definitely flag that to the team. We are aware of this. We will be adding that. And like we mentioned, when we during the first quarter, we don't release a lot of features. We do this intentionally because we've heard feedback from you. Don't give me new things, just make it work and focus on the things that make my life faster. And there's, a lot of these things don't come up until you tell us, hey, I need this thing at that time. So, Peter, go ahead.
No, I didn't say it.
Sorry. So a lot of the releases that we've done, and we're going to put the release notes of all the months that we've done, but a lot of them are all around quality of life updates that we've done that make your life faster. So these are small things that help you make your life better and faster. And some of these features we're actually going to talk a little bit more in depth kind of later, but like for example, syncing organizers to CRM, that has kind of a big impact overall, but these are small things that we wanted to do during tax season because we wanted to focus specifically on the quality of life as opposed to big features that would update your, would require you to update your workflow.
I want to mention also, I met with a firm last week. I think it was last week. And what they do is every month they assign to another team member to do what's new at TaxDome. So maybe you can create this also internally in your team, where once a month another team member comes and says, hey, this is what has changed, this is a new best practice. And it just creates a nice dynamic within your team, and B, everyone is on top of everything, how to operate within TaxDome. We do this, by the way, too, with our internal tools, for example, HubSpot or the other tools we use. We have a similar dynamic. I recommend doing this.
So there's some questions here. Yes, we will. This recording will be shared, and we'll also share the slide deck with you. If you guys have any additional questions about any of these features, let us know. But like I said, we one of the feedbacks we've heard is that we stick too long to these webinars, so that's why we can't talk about every single one of these features, because we'll be here for hours. But we're going to share the. We will get there, Kevin. We are going to share the links which explain these features in detail in our release notes. So we'll put that in here as well. There as well for you. There was a question here specifically on what is update organizer template after sending. So what this means is if you send an organizer and you think, oh, once I sent it, crap, I made a typo, or actually I didn't put the conditions how I wanted it, you can actually update those templates now once they've even been sent to a lot of your clients. So this is kind of a big update that people were asking for there. So that's that update that you can do. But again, all of these things we're going to have in our more detailed kind of text update of what it is, how to use it in our release note.
And also, before we finish up, before we go to activity feed, I want to mention, sometimes you will see us, releasing and building features where there's not so much requests on the feature request, but well, this is because we believe this is, this aligns with our vision. This aligns how we want to position ourselves as a practice management tool. But we made these long 3 slides with those long lists because we want also to show you that at the same time, we also really develop all those things you are requesting. So we have the bandwidth, as I mentioned, with 400 people at the company, to do both, to develop and build the practice management tool for the future, but also really address all your requests you have every day.
And all of these updates, we publish them as they're released on our community, right? Because we can't blast you with emails every single day of like updates that we do, and you're busy. And that's why the community is so good for this, is because you could easily, you can log in and catch up on what's there. And because you can see the recent releases easily, you can see the research we're working on, you can see different things. So how to find the community? Just log into your portal and click community in your top bar. That's it. It's once you're logged in, it's an automatic login. You don't have to, there's no accounts you have to create. Just your TaxDome portal will automatically, your username will automatically go in there. So there's a lot of updates here. Like I said, we'll put them in the.
Let's move on.
We're going to move on there. Just purely, I'd be here for hours. I love talking about this stuff. Peter just makes me shut up because I talk too much. So it's all good. All right, so let's talk a little bit about activity feed. So this was rolled out in Q1, or rather in Q4, but we've added more and more events to this. And what is the activity feed? Activity feed is all of the visibility across all of the events across your firm. So your team members doing things, your clients doing things, right? So you want to see whether your client viewed an invoice. That's in the, you can see all the activity on invoices and who did what, who viewed it, when they paid it, through there. You want to see whether your team member, did somebody export data out of my system? You're going to see exactly who logged in, who did what actions, who exported things. So security related events. So everything within your firm, this is all in the activity feed. There's some questions about jobs. Job activity is actually we're working on of having job activity being added as well. So we're going to continue to add more and more events to the activity feed. We wanted to start off specifically with client facing events and to security. Those are the two biggest requests. And that's why we started from there.
And I think Ilya mentioned, but this is nothing you need to do here. You just go to the activity feed and see what you currently see. But I see already a lot of you have an opinion. Just go to our community, go to the thread where it's about the activity feed, and let our product team know what you want to see there. And this will help us a lot what to prioritize and what release first in the activity feed to increase the visibility for your firm.
So actually, one of the updates that's coming to the activity feed, I think in the next week or two, is email events. So we send a lot of notifications to your clients, right? So whenever you update, you send them a proposal, you send them a document, you send them a signature, you send them an invoice. We send an email notification to them. I mean, presuming you want that to happen. So email system, being able to see system emails that were sent are also being added to the activity feed, as well. Now we can move on to some of the near-term roadmap items. I specifically say near-term roadmap because these are coming in the next quarter or two. So this is near-term and what you can expect very soon. I will also caveat that this list is not exhaustive, and we've got a lot of, I'd say, very exciting things that are coming beyond this and what you see, and some things that we can't talk about yet that we're very, very excited about. So let's actually give like a quick little update as to what these are so people know what it is. So let's start with Bookkeeping Hub. People keep asking me about Bookkeeping Hub, and I want bookkeeping. What is Bookkeeping Hub? In the last couple of years, there have been a lot of great tools that have come out that solve a specific need for bookkeepers, starting with the ability to categorize transactions within your platform. Now, a lot of tools charge money for this. So if you're a bookkeeper and you've got 100 clients, you're probably paying $1,000 for that per month, just for this one kind of feature, amongst other things. And Bookkeeping Hub is going to be included in our platform. So there will be no per client fees for your client direct integration with their GL. So if you have a business client, they use QuickBooks Online, and that's the one we're starting with. And it's going to be, you're going to be able to integrate their GL into TaxDome, see all the transactions directly from there, ask them questions about those transactions, and have them categorize those transactions for you directly in their platform. So this goes along with our vision. Everything to do with your clients, with client communication, client workflow, and anything to do with your team, we believe should be in one platform. So that's what's going to be here. This list is not a first, second, third. These are just a list of items. So this is not an order list. This is just a roadmap list. So our team has been doing pretty extensive research with a lot of people about the Bookkeeping Hub. So we're super excited to roll this out. And again, there will be no per client fees for the Bookkeeping Hub.
Important to mention, this is not in order. So I see you guys push number 7 up. This is not in order. It's just random numbers here for everyone.
Yeah. Next, packages. Everybody wants packages. We've been, I think we messed up on packages, right? The reason we messed up is we rolled out proposals and we did not, we planned on rolling out packages right after that. We had some internal issues that caused us to put that off afterwards. But it's coming. So we fully own that. We should have had it earlier, but we're going to have it now. So our team is currently working on that. And they're actually doing research on what we're planning on doing for proposal packages right now. And again, it's active in the community. There you go. Stephanie's meeting with the community, and it's there. So packages, for those who don't know, when you send a proposal or engagement letter, right now you just send them the ability, hey, this is what you get. Take it or leave it. Packages allow you to give them options to choose from. So you can say, hey, do you want the silver package, the bronze package, or the gold package? And then they can have different prices. You can outline what's in them, and then they can decide, they can, again, they can buy that package right then and there. So if you have the payment processing turned on, not only what is for them to sign, they pay right then and then at that moment as well.
Just for everyone, we are planning to do in Q3 a webinar, something around how to get paid. And this is where we will show, how to create proposals, invoices, packages, and all around these things to really not only show how to do it in TaxDome, but also maybe a little bit educate and change your mind how to really do better pricing around price increase, but also how to smoother charge your clients.
Moving on, we're working on an AI document request list. So right now, when you send your clients, an organizer, or a request list, you're manually, they're generic, right? Upload your W-2, upload your 1099. We're working on having you be able to have a customized request list for each client. So you look at what the client had last year and they would see, I need your 1099 from Bank of America, your W-2 from Apple, your 1099 INT from Chase and so forth, and they would be customized to each client through AI. So that's what we're currently working on, and that's going to be released as well. Super excited about this. That's there again. Please keep letting us know when you see things that are cool, right? The goalposts keep shifting, right? The things that were previously like, oh my God, I've never heard of this before, is now table stakes. Everybody expects this. So this is some new tools that have come out recently. All of these tools charge you, a lot of money for it. We believe that this should be within TaxDome,
right?
Within TaxDome.
So for example, I don't remember who mentioned it. I think Kevin, you mentioned that ProConnect has this. If you see this in any other tool, just come to the community or email me or email anyone at TaxDome and let us know. Because this is what inspires us and also, manifests those ideas for us to make this decision to say we're gonna develop this. All right.
It's the best. The feature slaps is what someone said, which I love. So thank you. But yes, remember, we believe that anything to do with client communication or with team workflow should be within TaxDome and makes your life easier. We're not going to be building a tax software, despite what some people kind of mentioned. We'll never do that. That goes outside of kind of our purview. But if it is something that you do with your clients or something you do with your team, we want to make you do that more efficiently there. So speaking within that, next thing we're working on is our work forecaster. So a lot of words. What does that mean? Very simply put, I got a lot of jobs, I got a lot of people. Am I going to meet the deadlines that I need to have? And deadlines is a vague word. Right now, you're going to be able to create more deadlines. So instead of just the due date of April 15th, for you to deliver the tax return by April 15th, you're going to need to finish it by, April 10th. For you to finish it by April 10th, you need to do something else you need to get the client documents by March 15th, something like that. So you'd be able to create your own work forecaster based off of the work that you need to do. And the main deliverable for you to understand is, am I going to meet my deadlines? Do I need to change something? Which jobs are at risk? And do I need to do something? So this is currently also in progress, and I'm super excited about it. I think this is going to have a massive, massive, massive impact for firms. So that's coming as well. Team chats we spoke about before. Again, that's a Slack.
I wish I would have this, by the way, in my 4-hour team, a work forecast.
Yes, any team needs this, right? Whether it doesn't matter whether you're selling widgets or delivering tax returns or anything else, you need to forecast your work. So that's going to be coming. We're super excited about that. Team chats we talked about, Slack, Microsoft Teams directly into TaxDome. Then next is desktop apps. We've been restructuring them because there's been kind of new technologies that have come about where instead of having a Mac app and a desktop app, you can have one app across all of them. We are working on those. So we hope to have those in beta in the next quarter. So we're currently working on those and you should get updated there. So again, the Mac users, we have not forgotten about you. This is, it's just a slightly different technology that we're working. So we are working on that. So you'll be able to access your drive from on your Mac. You'll be able to print from there. But again, the printing is less because so many people use remote desktop servers or, where their tax software is hosted. But you'll be able to both print and have a drive from the Mac app. Finally, already in beta is our global communication. So all of the communication, right? TaxDome's got SMS, emails, and chats. You'll be able to have all of those in one inbox. We've already released it in the beta group for SMS and chat, and we've got some great feedback from the team of what we should highlight, what should be bigger, what should be smaller, what put the focus on the subject instead of the people. So that's there. So that's currently there, and then in research very soon is also the new email redesign. So email, being able to leave comments on emails, being able to assign emails to different members of your team. That's all going to be part of the global communication inbox, and that's going to be coming soon. So please remember, go to our research, talk to our team. That's going to be a big part of something we're doing. We want to hear from you. Like I said, we have a very active research team that before we release anything, we cross-check it with different people, right? Because a solopreneur is going to use it differently than a team of 50. And we want to make sure that we understand both use cases and that different people can see how different people are using it and talk to them there. So like I said, in the community, we've got our active research panels. So join them there. And then finally, TaxDome payments. So what is TaxDome payments? Number one, faster payouts. We've heard that that's going to be an issue for a lot of people of how long it takes you to get a payout. And secondly, being able to pass through payments to your clients. So if you charge your clients $100 and you get, there's a roughly 3% fee for that, you'd be able to pass that on to your clients. So your client's going to pay $103 instead of $100, and then you get your same $100 in the end. So that's talking a lot. Peter, if you could jump in. But that's the main kind of thing for why we're releasing TaxDome payments and kind of some of the benefits you'll have.
I tried to bribe Ilya to tell us the surprise announcement. He said it was not enough money. We can do a crowdfunding to tell us what's coming, but you want to mention something around it, Ilya?
We're going to do a little GoFundMe for Peter. It's we've got some exciting stuff coming. We're not talking about yet, but the main reason we wanted to highlight it here is because this is a roadmap, and we didn't want you to think that we're not working on some other stuff. But we got a lot of stuff cooking that I think is going to make a really big difference that we cannot talk about yet, but we're going to, hopefully we'll be talking about in the next month or so.
Exactly.
All right.
Let's move on.
No, we are not IPOing there. We are that's
so we have a third poll. Please let us know what's your firm's top priority for 2025. For us, it's all of them, but we would like to see, what is your top priority. So please answer. And till you answer, just a little recap where we are and where we stand at TaxDome. We are trusted by more than 30,000 professionals and daily growing. We're experiencing a very strong growth. We're very happy and proud of the trust you give us. Every day, the team wakes up and have only one goal, and to create, a software which you and your clients love using. I personally was last week at an offsite in Mexico. We invited our top performers in the revenue team, like for CS, sales, and marketing. We had a great time. And the only thing what they were talking about is you. And I think, this just makes it very special for me to wake up and work with such an amazing team. TaxDome is used by more than 4 million end clients. So those are your clients. So we have also a big responsibility there. CSAT means customer satisfaction score with 93%, far above average. Our team responses your tickets and requests on average below a minute. Some of you maybe wait for 3 minutes. Some of you maybe see me on intercom, but most of the times we respond very fast, and we really try to address every single request you have. On G2, maybe you saw it, maybe not. We just achieved another set of badges there with the highest user satisfaction there, with the top tax practice management tool around the world. I'm just happy. And TaxDome available in 12 plus languages. So wherever your team or your clients are from, most probably we will cover this language, and we're used in over 25 plus countries. So you hear my accent. I'm originally from Austria, so that's why I have this German accent. And I have the pleasure to speak some languages, and it's just super exciting for me to not only work with US firms, but all over the world, because everyone has such a great feedback and something nice to say about TaxDome. We won also an award, the Stevie Award for the best, for Silver Award for the best customer service at globally compared to other SaaS companies. They were comparing us to Monday.com, Zoom, Slack. Team is just doing a fantastic job. Shout out to the whole team. And there were also a question if we are SOC 2 certified. Yes, of course. We are releasing a trust page where you will be able to get the reports there and many other reports what we have, which validates and improves our security around TaxDome.
SOC 2 Type 2 as well. So that's just there's some questions there. And yes, 100% SOC 2 type 2. Alrighty, let's go to, I think we'll go to,
Bootcamp?
we'll go to, bootcamp. Yeah. And on the SOC 2 type 2, we've been SOC 2 type 2, for a long time. So this is it's a question that we didn't
Before it was cool. Before it was cool.
Before it was cool. Yeah, exactly. So, we'll go there. Actually, I wanted to highlight, we've got, on the bootcamp, we've had a new member join our team. And the reason I'm highlighting her is she's an accountant. She was from the accounting world. She was a client of TaxDome, Katie Conley. I don't know if you're on the call, but Katie has joined our team. And now she is in charge of helping you guys understand and implement TaxDome within your firms, because she is one of you. She was an admin at a firm and knows exactly how everything works. So Katie, welcome to the team, and she's going to be hosting these these boot camps there.
She joined the dark side. So by the way, we're always growing at TaxDome. So if you ever feel like, I love my accounting job, that's everything I want to do, but I love TaxDome a little bit more, we're open to talk to you and see what role would fit to you inside TaxDome. So we're always growing the team, and yes, we're also hiring tax professionals and accounting booking professionals like you.
So yeah, but she's gonna be joined by Fabi from our team, who's our customer onboarding manager, and it sounds like Judy very happy that she had that experience. Happy there. And yeah, they're going to have 4 different workshops there, because one of the biggest issues that we want to have is making sure that you're set up and using all of the best features here. So this is the Essentials Bootcamp. So this is more kind of getting started. And then we're also going to have an Advanced Bootcamp separately, which is kind of for more, once we want to segment the people by what you're most interested in, right? So you can't do the advanced until you figure out all the kind of the basics. So this is going to be the Essentials Bootcamp. And then you can also do the Advanced Bootcamp, which is going to be separate, because, as you can see kind of by the chat, once people are experienced, once people kind of see that aha, they really kind of they see the light, so to speak. And we understand that it takes work. We understand that it takes some time to set up, which is why we have a lot of resources dedicated to this, in order to make you be able to use this as much as possible and implement everything. Yeah. So yeah.
So for Camille, Latasha, Katie, all of you who are saying, you're new to TaxDome, that's why we have those boot camps. So please register. The team will guide you. It's a workshop, hands-on. You will get homework there. So you will really work on your account and then make this bootcamp and then join the advanced one. So it's a great flow to really have a top performing setup for your team and TaxDome account.
I see there's some questions here about
let's move to the questions.
Yep. So let's go to the Q&A, and if you can launch that final poll. There was a couple of questions on getting in contact an account manager. If based on your firm size, you get assigned an account manager, and also based on the plan. So even if you have a smaller firm size, but you definitely want a dedicated account manager, on the business plan, you would get a dedicated account manager, not related. You can, it has nothing to do with your team size. You could be a solopreneur and get a dedicated account manager on the business plan. So that's kind of important thing to keep in mind. And within that, you also get monthly check-ins with your dedicated account manager. So not only, you reach out when you need help, we proactively reach out to you to make sure that you're utilizing TaxDome to its fullest. And that's their whole job, is to make sure that you're doing everything, you're utilizing everything as good as possible.
They're working with dozens and hundreds of firms like you. So they know exactly what the best practices are, what is working well, what is not working very well. And you can just ask them as like your advisors, your consultant. They're there for you. So really utilize them. And if you feel like they're not responsive, give me the feedback, and we will make sure to improve the quality also there. So it doesn't mean, don't feel like, he or she is not responding. Sometimes we all can get busy, but this doesn't mean that, you should suffer from service. We will always try and give our best to provide the best service for you, but you got to give us this feedback.
Definitely. So please give us the feedback. On the account managers, you, by definition, Peter, can you just clarify who gets automatically an account manager, what size of team, and on what plans? Do you recall that offhand?
Yeah. So, I mean, as a solo firm, you don't have one, but you can reach out to our team and we have add-on packages where you can get one. And if you are then low touch, 2 to 4, mid touch, and we categorize them into low touch, mid touch, and high touch depending on the size of your firm. So 10 plus get a more senior one, but they're all the same quality. Don't get me wrong, but it's just a different set of communication we do with our accounts. But you are able to, every one of you, to get one. You just need to reach out to our team and to find out. If you don't have one, most probably you're not, let's say, allowed to have one currently, but we have packages where you can upgrade.
And we want to hear your feedback about how it's going with them, right? So is that it's if we want your feedback, I mean, you guys have, every process needs constantly updating and reviewing. So we get a lot of great feedback of people that have great experiences and other people that don't. And we use every feedback to improve and get better. So please give us that feedback.
Yeah, it's a new system. We appreciate the feedback. And we know we can do better, so that's why we're addressing this right now and communicating this with you. So please let us know where and how, and I promise you we will do better. That every one of you is sorted.
All right, I think we can. Let's go through kind of some Q&A. And we try to answer a lot of the questions. So we've shifted from the Q&A format, which we did before, specifically to open chat format. So it's better for you guys, faster. You guys can have more interactive communication, but for us, it's harder to find your questions. So we're going to kind of go through here and see what we can, a lot of them were addressed, here. Some questions on the boot camps. You don't have to do the essential boot camp before you get to the advanced, but a lot of the topics, you might not know them as well. And if you don't cover the advanced topics as well. Let's see some other questions here. It can be quite difficult to find questions here, but I'm going to try and find them in here. There's some questions on the Bookkeeping Hub. What GLs are we going to let you connect? So the first release is going to have QuickBooks, but we will be adding in more GLs from your clients that you'll be able to have them implement there as well. Some questions about auto conversion to PDF, like I said. So we're rolling out for the client mobile app. If I wasn't sharing my screen, I'd share the other one, but where we have the screenshot of what it looks like. But your client, when they upload anything through the mobile app, it would automatically convert it to PDF. We're testing it out in the mobile app first, and then we'd roll it out on the web app afterwards as well through there.
Let me address the zero question. So with Xero, Xero has become also a very big company like Intuit, and it's not only up to us if this integration will happen. So I want you guys to understand that there is a lot of negotiations in place. We want to have a price, they want to have a price, they want to have functionalities, we want to have functionalities. So it's not as easy as it looks like. And we will keep you updated how it works. I just want you guys to understand that it's not as fast as we would love to have it.
Okay, I see that there is a Q&A, so my apologies. I did not. My first time using Zoom. Apologies, guys. So there's some questions on the AI renaming. So, like I said, more than 2 million documents have been renamed. Some people say, "Hey, I can't use this because I have a very specific format of how I want to do it." That is in our plans to give you a custom option to modify that, but we're actually focused on getting that number from 90 to higher number first. That's kind of our biggest core, is to make sure that the ones we're renaming, that from 9 out of 10, we want to have it be 9.9 out of 10. Once we get that, then we're going to be adding in additional things, like giving you the ability to customize there. How do I sign up for boot camps? Can you guys please put in the links in there as well of how to get on the boot camp in the chat, please, as well.
ProConnect integration.
ProConnect integration. Every integration with every company it takes 2 to tango. So like I said, like Peter said, with Xero and with Intuit and with other companies, we want to do this as much as possible for you guys. But like I said, we have some exciting updates that are coming that we can't talk about yet, that will have hopefully some nice information for you guys. Again, people are asking, how do I get to the community? If you click in your portal, in the menu bar, just click community. It will take you directly to it. It's called SSO, so you don't have to log in again. It should use your login again from TaxDome directly from there. Peter, why don't I do the Q&A from there? You do the chat if you see something in there that is relevant.
That's what I'm doing, sir.
On TaxDome payments and passing through those the payments, you're going to be able to set up which clients you want to do it, how whether you want to pass through payments or not, because we understand that there are laws. It's going to be on you to decide whether where you are, where your clients are, whether or not you want to pass through payments. So that would be on you to do that with your clients from a legal perspective. Let's see. All right. Is there any, okay, people are asking about
scheduling and video meeting capabilities.
No, honestly. So people ask, what is a strategy? Strategy is saying no. If you don't say no, you don't have a strategy. And it's I think it's useful. I think there's tons of, you can make a case definitely for a lot of things of what you could have, but Zoom is fantastic. I'm not going to try and build Zoom. It's great. I don't want to, redo it. Google Meet is great. I think they're fantastic tools, and it's just a style drift that we don't believe we want to do, even though we understand people are using them, but we don't want to replace that. For example, the same thing, scheduling. People love scheduling, but we don't want to rebuild Calendly in TaxDome. I think Calendly is fantastic. It's like $10 a month. It costs nothing. Calendly is a fantastic tool, and so we'll kind of leave it there. Now, at the same time, we do want to make it more convenient if you use Calendly and you use TaxDome to have it work better for you. So that is something that we do want to work on, but we're not going to, building native scheduling within our platform. So the way to think about it is, if it's something that you do around your clients, if it's something you do with your team, we want to make that as convenient as possible, and really, improve your processes as much as we can. And then there's some questions about, can we add more deadlines and to each job? So that is going to be part of the work forecaster. You're going to be able to have as many internal deadlines and dates as you need for your specific workflows. Because like I said, people are in different countries, people have different tax authorities that they want to keep track of. You're going to be able to have that there. Now, I got yelled at in the last webinar, very rightfully so, that I went too long. So it's top of the hour right now. I don't want to keep everyone here for too long because you've got clients, you've got work you need to do. So I can talk forever, but we don't want to do that because we want to be mindful of your time. So I want to say a huge thank you to everybody that joined. Like I said, our emails are always open. If you have any questions, if you have any feedback, let us know. And please join the community. Ask, talk to us there. Our entire team is active on there, right? So it's not just me, it's not just Peter, it's not just our support team. Our product managers are on there. They're talking, they're asking you, hey, why do you need this? Why do you do that? We're thinking of building this. What do you think? That's what they're here for. They want to talk to you.
Exactly. Thank you so much, everyone. I've been in Las Vegas at the ICPA Engage event. Would love to see as many faces as possible. Bring your nicest clothes, because we will have a videographer there to do customer testimonials. You will get additional user months to your license if you do one. Super excited to see you all across the year at all the events, and thank you so much for joining. Bye-bye.
Thank you, everybody.